Good Sunday, everyone. Jewel here with the J7409 Weather Channel. Thank you so much for clicking play and checking out the weather with me today. You know, yesterday I tried to warn you folks, tornadoes were going to pop up. Sure enough, they did. And the locations I showed you yesterday, there was a combination of total of 9 tornadoes yesterday. Now, today, it's looking better. But there's more on the horizon. We're going to check this out along with today's temperatures and what's going on with the temperatures. We'll have a complete weather wrap-up, and don't go anywhere because also the tropical update is on the way. Looking at the map today for severe weather, this isn't really severe, folks. This is just a chance of thunderstorms. Now, for those of you in the Florida Panhandle, I told you it was going to be a wet weekend. You're going to have these thunderstorms off and on in the Panhandle of Florida, also the whole state of Alabama, right on down to the Panhandle, moving into Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, and southeastern Illinois. Now, once again, this is just going to be a chance of thunderstorms. Nothing severe should happen. But something has happened that don't happen very often. The severe weather people at the forecast center already has put up, I noticed this yesterday, and it has increased, and it probably will increase more. I'm giving you a heads up. If you live in the panhandles of Texas, Oklahoma, and in Kansas on Thursday, this number right now is 15%. I am expecting it to go up for severe weather. This will include downdraft winds, probably hail, and tornadoes. And it doesn't stop there. It moves on along until Friday. This coming Friday, Oklahoma and Texas, it moves south and it spreads out. So all these areas here, this is a heads up for you. Could be some pretty severe weather. Now we ask the question, why did they put it up early and why does it look like it may happen? Well, it's because we got a cold front and a warm front. And plus we're going to have some tropical air come up down from the Gulf in these areas, okay? Tropical moisture, tropical warm air. Now over here you can see this is the 4th through the 11th of November, and it's going to remain this way for and very. One of my subscribers in Arizona said they were really tired of the hot weather. Well, guess what? You're going to get a great big cool up also for Southern California. Over on the east side, very warm temperatures, as you can see, all the way through most of North Carolina. Very, very warm conditions during this time for the time of the year, and these warm conditions will spread. They will slack up, not be quite as warm, but spread right on through these portions of Oklahoma and Texas. Now, what's going to happen? This cold air's coming through. It's light. This warm air through. It's heavy underneath this cold. This tropical air's coming up. It will stay here. And when they get right in this area and meet up, this is where all the action's going to start to happen, right in here. So be aware, coming up towards the end of this coming week, we could have some very severe weather. Quick check of today's high temperatures. As you can see, the cold is moving on through. Very, very cold up in here, say like Wyoming. 45 for a high today. Whew! That's getting chilly willy, folks, all this area. And even down in Arizona, as you can see here, in the northern and midsections of Arizona, looking like 72 degrees, 72 degrees. And up in Northern California, maybe 73 degrees. Oregon, in the 50s and 60s. Washington State in the lower 50s. Over on the East Coast, we have mostly 50s and 60s for high temperatures today, except for Florida and around the Gulf Coast states. Florida is a hot spot, going to be in the mid to upper 80s. when you move on across, say, around Louisiana and the Gulf Coast of Texas around the mid-70s. As we take a quick look at the NAM map, courtesy of Tropical Tidbits, as I turn it on and let it play, we got a low pressure system over the mid-south, and folks, that's going to continue to be the main weather maker in the U.S. for today. Now, the most active weather associated with this system is expected to be across the central Gulf Coast states, where you may see a little more rain, heavy rain that could lead to maybe some flash flooding. That should happen mainly during the morning hours. By this afternoon, things should be a lot better. Then we have another moderate to locally heavy rain that is expected to be a little further north across the Ohio Valley today as this low pressure center tries to approach you guys. Now, the low pressure system is looking like it's going to gradually weaken as it moves eastward into the East Coast through the next couple of days. And then it's going to split into two weaker systems. Meanwhile, we got more active weather to move into the Pacific Northwest. With the approach of that next cold front that I showed you from the northeastern Pacific. Now, rain at lower elevations and mixed precipitation at higher elevations. This all is going to expand across the region starting tonight, and it will last through all day Monday, tomorrow. Now, as this cold front itself moves on shore Monday, snow levels will lower together with a period of heavy snow developing at the higher elevations. More than a foot of snow looks like it's what's going to be happening for the northern Cascades and portions of the northern Rockies. Now, a cool air mass that's going to filter into the Pacific Northwest behind the front, while southerly winds ahead of the front is going to bring a warming trend to the northern plains. And across southern Texas, a low pressure center will be developing near the tail end of a stationary front across the Gulf of Mexico. It should lift, like I was trying to show you a while ago, it should lift northward and bring an increasing chance of rain into the region by Monday night into early Tuesday, and by Thursday and Friday we could have that very severe weather. And now it's time for the tropical weather, what everybody wants to know about. Still got this little teeny X up here of disturbance number 2. These are showers and thunderstorms. The activity has increased in association with that low pressure I was talking about, located a little more than 100 miles northeast of Bermuda. However, though, it's looking like the system will interact and merge with a nearby frontal zone. As the upper level winds increase over the system, that means subtropical or tropical development of this system remains unlikely. Only 10% 2 days and 5 days. 95L, that's what this red blob is, my friends. 95L. Right now, the winds in this system are 29 miles per hour. There's no wind gust. The sustained winds are 29. It's got to be 38 sustained to be a depression. So it's not a tropical depression yet. Now, the pressure has come down a little from yesterday. Still rather on the high side, 29.74. Coordinates for anyone out in the waters, 14.8 north, 71.9 west, and it's around 260 miles south from Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Now, according to the National Hurricane Center, this is a broad area of low pressure over the central Caribbean Sea, as you can see, and it is continuing to produce disorganized showers and thunderstorms. However, overnight, satellite wind data has suggested that the circulation is gradually becoming better defined, and it will come together, folks. Now, the environmental conditions are looking to be conducive for development, and a tropical depression is likely to form in the next couple of days, while it's moving west-northwestward at around 10 to 15 miles per hour over the northwestern Caribbean Sea. Now, listen up and listen good. All interest in Jamaica should monitor the progress of the system. Now we got a NOAA Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft that's going out during the morning hours. Regardless of development, they're going to check it out. Locally heavy rainfall is possible over portions of the Lesser Antilles, the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, and Jamaica during the next couple of days. And 2 days 70, 5 days 80, I think it will make up, so let's go check something else out. Checking out the tracking models here, you know the TVCN is my favorite, folks. It looks like this may come and move a little further south than it did yesterday. Looking like, okay, here's a TVCN and here's the AVNO right here. They're pretty much on the same track, as you can see right in here, in these areas right in here. They are south of Jamaica. However, though, the HWRF tracking model has it going up like this, right in here, and just, it's close to the Cayman Islands, but not really over the Cayman Islands. So, looking like it's going to come a little further here. We'll check it out on another map in just a moment. But Jamaica, right now, Jamaica, you do prepare for gusty winds and rainfall, because it is coming. As we look on the tracking map from the Euro system for 95L, looks like the wind has picked up 1 mile per hour from what it was forecast to be at 29. Now, today around 2 p.m., it should be up to 30. So, yes, it's going to start picking up wind. You can see it's right here, right now, just south of the Dominican Republic, and it is moving over this way. Once again, Jamaica. I'm not saying you're going to get a big bad tropical storm. You're not going to get a big bad hurricane, but you are going to get a lot of rain. You are going to get some wind. That rain could cause some flooding, so please be aware and be prepared. Now, by this afternoon, around 6 p.m. today, Sunday afternoon around 6, that other little system should get picked up right here, as you can see in this low, and pulled on out. Here is 95L right here. Looking like still not completely got any formation of any kind. It's still disorganized, but it does have some wind in it. So let's check it out right quick. 39 could become a depression by this afternoon. A low tropical depression. Now, I want everybody to pay attention coming up over here. Island areas, you got another tropical wave coming, so just go ahead and get right for that. Now, as time marches on, we'll move up to Monday afternoon, say around 3. Now you know why I'm talking about Jamaica so much. You see these winds right in here. Let's see what they are right now. 42 miles per hour. Could be tropical storm winds, but it doesn't have any formation or vorticity going on. It's trying, but it's not making it. Could become a tropical storm. We'll just have to wait and see. But more than likely, I can guarantee you it's going to become a tropical depression. So Jamaica, you just go ahead and make sure you're right for rain and very gusty winds. Now, as we move along to say Tuesday around lunchtime, Jamaica, you should just be getting the tail end effects from it, as you can see. As the island areas here, you're getting right for more tropical wave action, especially down south in the islands. Right up in this area, it's out here. Will it intensify or not? Well, move up, say, Wednesday around 4 a.m. Still doesn't look like it's got a lot of formation, but it's trying real hard. The winds are still 42 mile per hour wind gusts in it. We'll have to wait and see what happens. So let's make this map a little bit bigger, if we can, to see exactly where it may come in. And we'll blow it up one more time so you can get a real look at this thing. And you can see, here's Georgetown. We got the Turks and the Caicos and all these good things up here, but they're looking pretty good right now. Yeah, you guys will get some gusty winds once in a while and some rain, but nothing that you're not used to. This is still Wednesday around 4 a.m., and you can see it does have the center of circulation right here, as you can see. Still nothing really organized looking, but I'm just telling you, I think it's going to turn into something. And here we go right here, looking like most of the winds are staying to the north at this time as it comes in this area with a center of circulation. And by Thursday at 10 a.m., it should be well over, broken up, dissipated, going over into Guatemala at this time. But would you look at the tropical waves coming in? We got them coming in, and coming in some more. So I would not be surprised if we don't have maybe something else to develop in the month of November. I'm not saying it's going to. I'm saying there is a chance, and it looks like these waves are going to keep popping off of Africa, and as long as they do that and get into the Caribbean Sea, they could get in the Gulf. So we just got to pay attention. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. Everybody stay safe. Jamaica, you make sure that you are ready for whatever comes your way, along with Belize and the other areas that are over in the Caribbean on that side of the storm. Have a good day, a safe day, and a blessed day. I love you all so much. Thank you for everything you do for me. I appreciate it so very much, more than you'll ever know. It helps me out tremendously. May each of you stay safe. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the J7409 Weather Ensemble in the bottom right-hand corner. Click that bell and check off all to get all of my latest weather reports. And don't forget to share this information with your family, your friends, and on your social media. And go ahead and get right. Looks like bad weather, maybe Thursday and Friday for some of you in Texas and Oklahoma, maybe even Kansas. Looks like a tornado probability is going to be very high. Peace, love, and kindness to all. Thanks for watching.